Like, I'm in my first supercar. A boy from West Wales, went to a school with 36 kids. Like, if you made 30 grand a year, you were doing really, really well. So how did we get to this point here as I'm sat here? And it feels very weird to say as a supercar owner. Who would have thought I'd make it this far? But it all started, to be honest, I've wanted an R8 for quite some time. Like, I've wanted one for a long, long time. And there was a couple of times where it could have come into fruition, but I just, for whatever reason, it was just never right. You know, right car, wrong time. We needed a tour car. August is on the growth, it's on the up, and I need cars not only to go on the drives on the weekends with the guys, you know, my network, my crew, what I do every day. I needed a car for the European tours, and the Gen 2 R8 was a strong contender for a long, long time. And we actually had one in stock. So a Gen 2, black R8 Gen 2 actually came into stock, and it was a very, very close choice. But it was a Spider, and boy from West Wales, I mean, you know, my hair would be all over the place, it'd be a mess, it just wouldn't work. But that was a bit of an eye-opener to like where these cars are sitting. And when I say researched, we hunted and hunted and hunted. And I did once of the week. If you follow us on Instagram, you would have seen, you know, I was requesting one. If you've got one off market, need one off market, need one off market. And I was struggling. And I don't know, call it fate, universe, whatever it is. I was leaning towards the Gen 3s. I've written off Gen 3s. I didn't think I could afford one. I wasn't worthy. And as we hunted more and more, something locked in, something along the lines of Gen 3 Performance Carbon Edition. Where that car came from, how it came into my mind, I don't know. To this day, I still don't know, but that's what I got locked in on. So I changed the script. I'm not looking at Gen 2s. Gen 3 makes a bit more of a financial, it's a bit of a smarter financial decision. The reason being, I was going to finance the car, I'm going to finance it with the company, and the Gen 3s have really good residual values. So for the sake of an extra 100, 150 quid a month, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less, depending on the variant, I could get into a Gen 3, which was 3 to 4 years newer, new tech, newer car. It was a no-brainer. And when you're making a bit of a personal decision on what supercar to buy, but then you've also got the business side pulling you, you have to be quite logical about it. And as much as it is a personal mile step, it was a massive business decision. So Gen 3, we locked in, and we narrowed it down to 2. But in that journey, I was always fixated on a matte black Gen 2, Gen 3 R8. So think Batman spec.
I'm Batman.
Murdered out, satin, black, 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 black on black. That was gonna be the theme, because that is what we are here at August. I wouldn't say understated, but we're very like classy, timeless styling, branding, etc. And this is where, you know, we took a bit of a turn in the search. So Daytona Prestige, big shout out to Sam. If you don't follow him, awesome little dealership down south. He had a curveball. He had a bit of a one of one, not been seen before. And I needed to go and see it. So myself and George, we took the trip down. And there's something weird about buying a car for yourself, and I don't know if other car dealers can relate to this, but the concept of buying supercars isn't foreign. We do it day in, day out, and we're very critical about what we do. And we take paint gauges, depth readers, we go to town on hunting for cars. When it's your own car, I went in. And when I mean I went in, I went to town on this car, trying to tear it apart. Now, naturally, when you're doing that, I'm removing emotion, right? So went down, looked at the car. Sam was lovely. I had zero emotion towards the car. Just wanted to destroy it and pull it apart, find accident damage, you know, things that are going to put me off the car, like I do when I'm buying stock. Couldn't find anything. Very flat, very underwhelming. We left there, we drove up to Romans. Big shout out to Tom at Romans, he's always been good to us. And they had a black, black on black one. Their car was lovely, as described. Again, critical, went to go and tear the car apart. And then I need to go and think about it. Obviously, if we're making a decision of this size, you need to go away, you need to think about it. So we jumped in the car, and as we're driving back to August HQ, this one of one sort of standout car was just pulling me and pulling me and pulling me. I put the call into Sam, chipped him a little bit more, and he pulled the pin. So what I'm about to show you next is what we bought. So what do we have? We have a 2021 R8 Performance Carbon, 16,000 miles, and look at it. I mean, black on black was originally the go-to color. It was meant to be what we were about, and then I fell in love with this baby blue little girl. And if you're wondering what color it is, Audi do what's called like a Riviere blue. It's not that. It's actually, excuse the hair, paint to sample, special order, Miami blue. It's a Porsche paint on an Audi. Miami blue. It's got to be one of the only ones in the country. It's most definitely one of the only ones I'm aware of, but I'm in love with it. It's all blacked out, front plate delete, fell off, officer. Carbon ceramics. This was a big one for me for the tours. So as we've got, August Tours has got a 6-day trip through Furka, Grimsel, some of the best driving roads. Carbon ceramics were a big plus for me. Carbon fiber, rear diffuse carbon fiber, front carbon fiber. It just ticks so many spec boxes, and it's a bit of a weird one. So when I was growing up, indulge you in a boring little story about Dan and his childhood, I always had the dream I was going to buy a new blue Audi S3. So I was 16, 17, and at the time the S3s had like the chrome wing mirror caps, and they were like the goal car, and obviously that never came into fruition. But then picking this up, I was like reminded of like 13-year-old Dan, you know, like young Dan, kid Dan. He had a dream, and we were ticking that box, and it almost felt, it is very surreal. It's surreal to be standing here saying like the V5 is in my name and I've got my private plate on it. But it's a weird feeling to capture, and it's a weird feeling to get across. But to say that you're a supercar owner is your first one. Look, kids do it these days, you know, crypto kids, they do it when they're 20. Unfortunately, I've done it like the long way, but we're there, you know, so it doesn't really matter how long it takes. You'll get there in the end. But enough of the waffle. We bought this to drive. We bought it to go on tours. So let's cut this year and let's cut it to driving. So why, as I come off a slip road, I'm not sure if you can pick it up, but if you did, trigger in quiet mode. Why the R8? So it's a very good question. As I mentioned, August need a really good tour car, something reliable, fast, safe, but it pops. There's something about it, right? So when you look at the 100k supercar mark, there's actually quite a few options. Now, the closest car or the closest other option was a 991 GT3, but with GT3s, if you want a big spec, you're going to be north of 6 figures. You're going to be north of 120. It's going to push the budget. For the kind of person I am, I want something specky. I wanted something that ticked all the boxes. And one of the things that is worth mentioning, we're going to be doing big tours, big miles. Scotland, Wales, for the UK circuits. We're going to be going to Stelvio, Dolomites, Grimsel. We're going to be doing all the big boy roads that I've only ever dreamt of doing. And to say them out loud is still a bit surreal. I've never gone, always wanted to, and I finally have the right toy, in my opinion, to go. Some might argue, probably should have gone rear-wheel drive, but I don't mind the four-wheel drive. And this, when you kick it, it does send most of the power to the back, which is pretty cool. It had to be comfortable. You can daily this bad boy. I can daily a 620 brake horse V10. The Hurricanes, a little bit more money, same car, too much noise. The GT3, cool car, wicked credentials, wicked history, too firm. I couldn't use it on UK roads all the time. There was the Aston Vantage. Basically, I jumped up AMG GT. Being there, tick that box, don't really want to go there. So the R8, in my opinion, was just the right. It was just the right toy, and the fact that I've got a bit of stretch of road, you might not be able to hear it all too well, but you have that behind you, and that is fucking sick. Now this car, I'm going to be straight with you, it's already got OPF deletes. The OPFs have already been removed, so she is a bit throaty. I'm just going to show her back up. She is throatier than a standard R8, and that just gets me going. So what's next with the car? Well, I want to play with it. I most definitely want to get a back box, some BMC filters. I want Anthony from GAD Tuning to put a little map on it. I just want to spice it up. I want to give it a little bit of my unique spin on it. I've never really played with a car. Very much OEM, but for the company, the direction, what we're going to be using it for, I think it just needs to be amplified a little bit pumped up. And the reason I want to get that done is, of course, I mentioned August tours. We've got the big tours coming up. We've got a lot of events coming, and one of the events I want to touch on briefly is the BRDC Track Day. So we've got a Silverstone Track Day coming up. These cars are meant to be driven. I want to learn about this car. I want to know what she's like in the braking, heavy acceleration, and I want to understand the characteristics of it. I want to throw it into corners and see what she's like, but not just from a YouTube reviewer standpoint. I want to feel it. I want to drive it. I want to wring its neck out. I'm not going to lie, I'm going to use the car. As you guys may or may not know, I love my motorbikes. I love track days on the bikes. I love trying to get your elbow down at 140 mile an hour, and the thrill you get from that is unparalleled. And this year, I want to throw as many track days drives as I can against my new little baby. And that kind of concludes me into this little segment quite nicely. We never YouTube. We didn't do YouTube. We've done it way in the past for different bits and bobs with different companies, but we never done it for August. And I think this can be the kickstart for the August YouTube channel. So I think Daniel Yeomans plus August Performance are going to amalgamate all the crazy shit I do on my bikes, the stuff we do with the cars. I think we're just going to start throwing it out there, but we want to make it a channel for you guys. So this is actually a bit of a fun one. I need to get the car designed. I'm going to get it PPF'd. It's got no PPF. I love the paintwork. Do we go gloss PPF and keep it shiny, or do we go satin PPF and go something really unique? But bear in mind, when we do the track day, I want to put a bit of livery on it. I'm going to put a couple of sponsors like GAD Tuning and Platinum PPF and the guys and girls who are involved with August. And if you're not, drop me a message. I'll get your company logo on the car. But I want to make it like a community car. I want to have a bit of a play with it. I want to pull everyone together. And I think we've got the right weapon for it. We've got the right platform. And with you guys, you blow our Instagram up. You follow us religiously. So let's set this channel up for you guys and for us to show us the stuff that we do, the things that we do on a daily basis. Like, what is it like to run a supercar dealership? What are the cars that we play with on a daily basis? How do you source them? How do you fund them? You know, we're here for you guys at the end of the day. Kind of brings me on to conclude with this. Like, I'm in my first supercar. A boy from West Wales, went to a school with 36 kids. Like, if you made 30 grand a year, you were doing really, really well. So to get away from that and grow and develop and become a different human, and to continually work on yourself to get to a point where you can actually afford what was fundamentally a dream car, I think that's just worth documenting, man. So comments below. Did I buy the right car? And do we go gloss or do we go satin PPF? And I'm going to leave you with that. So smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. Let's get some traction behind the channel, because good things are coming. This boy can park, let me tell you.